Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Crooked Line 195 here from Kansas Motor Speedway, brought to you by Full Throttle Performance Cup Series. I am your host, Josh, with my partner, Chris Kiwis, in the booth. Looks like we've got some gridding on going. Looks like we got some gridding on up going here, Chris, as we seem to be having a little bit of SDK issues here for just one moment. But we will get through your qualifying grid here, as you won't be able to see the cars possibly. I don't know, maybe I'm just not being able to see the cars right now, but Colin Forster will sit on pole with Joshua Susi on that outside pole. Kyler McCarthy going to roll off P3 here with Ken Baum Jr. in P4. Jaden Bingaman going to roll off P5 with AJ Green in that P6 position. Jason Hand going to roll off P7 with Brian Pressler in that P8 spot. Andrew May in P9 with David Smill in P10. Brett Strickler in P11 with Lucas Nilges in 12th. Kevin Click in 13th with Robbie Bice in 14th. Matthew Fitz going to start 16th here tonight. 15th here tonight with Kip Easley starting in that 16th position. Dylan Hastings in 17th with Nick Cannon 18th. Adam Taylor going to roll off 19th with Don DeGroot in 20th. Bill Hayes in 21st with Steve Strittmatter in 22nd. And Jimmy Barr 23rd with Brig Swope in 24th. Patrick Ginder going to be 25th with Brody Green in 26th. And Shane Weldon Sr. going to round out your field in that 27th position. Chris, are we able to get the SDK going here? Just give us one moment. Chris is trying to mess with the SDK, but we will get right back here to your race as soon as he gets it fixed.
As we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here, we're going to see if we can get Josh. He said he
I
was
am
having.
good now.
Okay.
I am good now.
Is everything now is starting to pop up on the screen? There we go.
Do apologize about that, as we are going to hit the initial start here. As they're going to hit the start zone, it's going to be Colin Forster, Joshua Susi rolling off here. As it's going to be that 99 machine up Forster, getting a good little start there in that 90 or in that inside lane. Excuse me. Joshua Susi though going to roll that outside lane. We'll see how these guys are going to file out here. We know this track can get very spread out very quick. We'll see what's going to go on here. Is that 99 Toyota and that 81 roll it off. You'll see Ken Baum Jr., Kyle McCarthy, Jaden Bingaman and co. all filing in back there, but so far so clean. But we'll have to see if they can make it 2/3, 3, 4 here to get through the first lap before we say so far so clean. It looks like we got a little bit of wall contact, but see that, Chris, 3 wide, almost 4 wide back there already. We've got 3 wide coming here. Down into turn 1 and 2 is that's Kyler McCarthy on the inside lane, Ken Baum Jr. on that outside lane. As you'll see, is that Jason Hand? That's the 26, excuse me. That is Jaden Bingaman.
Yeah, 26.
All my liveries have not loaded in yet. For some reason, trading paints is taking forever right now, so I still see cars loading in every now and then. So I've already gotten used to the liveries, Chris. I can call them off the liveries usually. So now that I'm not seeing liveries, it's throwing me through a loop there for a minute. But
yeah, it looks like we've got everything situated now, Josh. I don't know what happened. SDK just crashed and would not load up, and I had to reset it, and I got it reset, so we're good to go now. But looks like the front is starting to get a little single filed out here, as you see Jaden Bingaman to that outside of that 2 of Ken Baum Jr. See if Ken Baum Jr. can attack that inside lane. We know Kansas is a very, very tight-knit track. It looks really wide, but it's not that wide. You're also going to see these drivers dive below the white line here. That is completely legal. It's just, it's kind of one of those things, it's do it at your own risk. If you go down there and you come up and you take somebody out, that is your fault. So, it's one of those things that if you see people diving down below that white line, that is 100% legal. Just be careful on that upswing. As we're just going to ride through the field here, just see everybody kind of single filed out right now. Colin Forster with that fastest lap at 31.11. We'll see who sets his fastest lap this time around. Doesn't look like SDK's telling me who set the fastest lap there. but it looks like everybody is kind of just single filed out. This is something that me and Josh were talking about in the background that we were expecting here happening at Kansas. I know a lot of the drivers in Discord during the day today, I was sitting at work reading the Discord, and they were all saying, hey, let's just take it easy. Let's take it easy. Let's not try to win on lap 10. Let's just race and have fun. And and right now it looks like they've kind of heeded those words. Hopefully they'll heed them a little bit, but we haven't went back here in the back and looked to see what happened. And we're gonna jump on board here with Jimmy Barr, see how he's faring back here in that 17th spot. Looks like not as single file back here. Whoa, Robbie Bice getting on the bumper of that 91 machine of Brody Green, so he's going to dive down to that bottom lane. But Josh, it looks like a lot of side-by-side racing back here in the back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, sorry, I don't know why my Discord was messing up there for a second. But yeah, Chris, I mean, we are seeing some good racing here in the back. But like you said, everybody is kind of taking it easy up front. As I say that, you see a little bit of a run there from Colin McCarthy up to that back bumper of Joshua Susi. But so far, so good from the Team Sparker Unicorn, number 99 of Colin Forrester. He's been rolling out there from that pole position. And 7 laps into this thing, he's still leading as you ride on that back bumper. Or looking over that rear trunk, I should say, of Josh Susi to that 24 machine of Colin McCarthy. He's going to drive it down to that inside lane. Like we were saying, though, Chris, very easy to get, what's the word I'm trying to say? They're loose on that inside lane. Just really lose the race car. It can kind of just wiggle around and do whatever it wants. There's so much dust and marble down there. It's not used to getting super gripped up. So you can definitely get those moments where you're coming off that that apron below the white line, coming back up onto the track to blend and have a scare. I mean, even going down there, like diving it down to the white line, on these tracks where you drive below the white, you definitely have those moments where the car will have its have a little bit of a wiggle, as you see a couple cars there go below that white line. But sometimes during the race, it's very hard to blend back in when you got that too wide traffic. So it can almost hurt you going down there more than it can benefit you. But so far, so good from everybody. And that 97 machine, AJ Green, the new face out here in the league, he's rolling good so far in that number 97 Toyota.
New face in the league so far, but an old driver as far as the Full Throttle series goes, Josh. We have called him in a few races in the past, so it's good to see AJ Green back into the back into the the virtual rig. I guess you could say the virtual seat. Whoa, is a little bit of a drive up there from I want to say that's Jaden Bingaman. No, excuse me, it's Ken Baum Jr. behind him. He had a massive drive up there on that that inside lane. But now he's going to be on the inside of Jaden Bingaman, but see Kip Easley working his way up through the field. 9 positions so far, so that 8 machine, whoa, driving up onto the back bumper. Jaden Bingaman getting a little tight on him.
Whoa, 27, the 8, they both got tight. He's going to scoot around, though. Good little move there from Kip Easley to shoot the middle, take 2 positions at one time. He's up 10 spots, Chris. Kind of looking like Kyle Busch here last week. He was going from 21st to 8th on the final restart. He's moved up 10 positions already from that 16th spot to 6 here in 11. So there's something here about that 8 machine on these starts. Hey, they might be rolling good. So good to see that 8 machine, though, of Kip Easley rolling, though. And all those guys making it stick back there. Really good racing, good show for the fans so far. As you look up there, though, Chris, you're seeing Colin Forster really starting to put a gap, though, to this second pack here.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, Josh. I saw there.
Really, the lead pack, I should say.
I was about to say, it looks like Colin Forrester is just in another area code at this point. They're in Kansas City, and, he's all the way in Tupelo, Mississippi at this point. So, it just going to show you the 99 setup is really, really taking effect for him right now.
Man, he drove far away from him, didn't he?
Yeah, as we're kind of cycling back here, it looks like Ken Baum's starting to move his way back up into the top 3. He'd fallen back a few positions. He was back there battling, and I want to say about 9th, 10th position. Now he's moved himself back up into that 3rd position. So maybe just a little bit of uneasy, trying to get into it, trying to settle out the car. Maybe had a couple of hiccups. You can get down, once you have to get down there on that white line, as you're coming back up, the car can get out from under you. This is one of my favorite tracks to race at, because you can really have a lot of fun here.
Hey, you can use a lot of the lanes too. I mean, it doesn't look super big, but trust me, it's a big track when you're racing it. As you see Ken Baum Jr. driving it all the way down to the bottom. Sorry, Chris. He's going to go and take that second position, just cut the nose off of that 81. Not cut the nose off, you know what I mean, though. Take that lane, though, from the 81. Just going to drive it past him. A good, clean pass from the turn 2 is terrible at Ken Baum Jr. We know he's got speed, got potential to go up here and possibly steal a race win here tonight, Chris. It's been a couple weeks since Ken's had, outstanding success, I guess, from their camp, you should say. I mean, that 2 machines, I would say, and the 81 machine drivers like that, expecting to win every week with as fast as they've been and as so much speed as they've shown. So I'm sure Ken Baum Jr. feeling comfortable. He is already cutting that gap, Chris. 1.4. It was 1.6 just a lap ago, already 2/10. As we'll see if he can make up on that Colin Forster, and really have to see if that 99 is using too much of his tires here. And if he is, then it could come back to bite him. But, it could just be that setup, Chris.
Yeah, that was something that I was just thinking as you're seeing the 99 start to take that high lane, maybe starting to go on a little bit of a tire strategy as, the top lane is not as fast. You're having to get out of the gas just a little bit to keep yourself off of the wall, but, you're able to roll it a little better. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this 99 starts attacking these corners, because if he starts going higher and higher and these drivers behind him are running the low lanes, they're going to catch him real quick. And as I say that, he's already cut the gap down to now 1 1/10, Josh. So, yeah, Colin Forster is starting to slow down a little bit up there in the front.
Yeah, I was just... Sorry, excuse me. I thought I had my mic muted. I was just noticing that, Chris, too, as that gap has come down from... at max, it was a 2-second gap. He's now 6/10 away from having another driver come up there and possibly... take that lead, and it's another Toyota, Chris, and maybe something with these Toyotas tonight. Because if you notice, AJ Green started in 6th, he's up in 5th, he's rolling right here behind Susie and Kyler McCarthy, the 2 Nitro teammates. So maybe something going on with these Toyotas. Oh, I say that big loose.
Josh,
and the 81's going to drive it to the grass. He might be able to save it, as it should let a lot of drivers by. The caution is going to come out though.
Yeah, he's going to keep it below the white lines. Drivers are just going to be able to get around him. But, man, whoa, what is going on? He's hitting the uneven spot of the track. Whoa!
No!
Somebody got into him. I want to say it was Briggs Swope in the 12 of Jimmy Barr. That is, we thought he was going to be able to save it, but unfortunate for that 81 machine, missing that rear deck lid now. I want to say, coming off the corner, it looked like he just got loose.
Tried to get back up on the track, and the rear tires just got lifted off the ground, spun him around. Which, the caution's out. You can just stay on the apron there, and you don't have to risk it at all. But maybe just trying to get back on the track, in his head, hey, I got to go. But
it looks like right there.
Take a little time. Yeah, he stepped it out a little bit, just gassed it up too hard on an exit. As you'll see, as he's coming through the apron here, maybe just cooking it a little bit too fast, going a little bit faster than he thought he was.
And he hits this uneven part of the track right there. You see picks the car up.
And then here comes Briggs Swope.
Oh, and then Jimmy Barr, just an unfortunate.
Those guys were still going very fast for the caution to be out there for that long.
It's unfortunate there for Jimmy Barr. We'll see if we can go back and see it from another point of view. I'm trying to get my timing to find it. There it is. So we're going to back it up and we're going to watch it from Kyler McCarthy's point of view. We're going to see if we can see what happened right here. As it looks like as he's coming off the bottom lane, I already saw it as we were backing up. Right about here, he starts getting tight. You see him go up the track, and he probably gets on the gas, and that's what sends him through the grass.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is unfortunate for that 81 machine. You're going to see him pull down pit lane. Maybe sit there in the rig for a second, take his gloves off if he's wearing gloves. Just kind of go, man, that was unfortunate. But hey, you can sit here and get some repairs, get out on the track, just keep turning laps. That's always the best thing you can do in a situation like that. But it's going to be unfortunate for Jimmy Barr and Briggs Swope, who was just unfortunate bystanders and all that.
Yeah, you hate it for him, Chris. You really do. I mean, it's a situation you don't want to be called in, especially 20 laps into this race. I mean, Kansas is one of those tracks that I feel like we're going to have some really good green flag runs, but it's one of those things that you don't want to be caught up in the stuff this early, because now your race is pretty much done if you've taken big damage at a track like Kansas.
I just saw a marker for Robbie Bice there. Oh, it looks like coming out of turn 4, he also had an accident back there. Let's see if anybody. Oh, it looks like the 6. Patrick Ginter
I
got
didn't
into the
even see
wall.
that.
Yeah, I didn't even see it. I was just scrolling through the ticker there as we were talking.
The bumper just sliding across the track. I'm not laughing at you, Robbie. It's just that bumper is comedically sliding across the track.
As I'm going to back it up here and see if we can see what happened to Robbie. As you saw, whoa, it looks like Nick Cannon also getting a little loose right there. Yeah, you see a wiggle there from Nick Cannon, then a wiggle there from Robbie. He tries to save it. He keeps it off of Nick, but then door bangs him there. It's going to send Nick Cannon through the grass. And it looks like Patrick Ginter was trying to dodge the bumper, the comedically timed bumper that was on the track. And then he's just going to pancake the wall there. So didn't see that happen, but good thing that we called it. Good thing that we were able to go back there and find that and not miss it. As Green.
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
I was going to say, as they're about to hit the restart zone, Chris, Colin Forster is going to be able to retain the lead because of that caution. So
a little bit of a wiggle there from Ken Baum Jr. on that restart. I saw him have to.
Look who's on that inside lane, though, Chris.
AJ Green moving his way up into that 3rd position. Going to be battling it out here with Ken Baum Jr. on that outside lane, but it looks like Ken Baum Jr. going to win that race into turn 2, going down the backstretch into turn 3. Let's see if AJ Green is going to attack that 2nd position. It doesn't look like he's going to attack it too much, but David Smill Jr. is moving his way into the picture. As I was watching in practice, I saw him flipping down the backstretch, so it's good to see that he had his backup car there, and he was able to put it onto the track. Ooh, as you saw back there, a lot of 3-wide racing.
Looks like Ken Baum, though, is starting to make a charge here for the lead of the race, Chris. It was really tight there coming into turn 1 as he was to the inside. I thought maybe he was going to open the door up and go to the inside, but he allowed the 99 to reshut the door, and he's definitely on the reaggression here. There is for sure a difference in the tire quality of that number 2 and that number 99 machine.
Yeah, you saw Colin Forrester getting really loose coming out of turn 4 from that camera view. So
yeah, and him having to exit on that outside lane, Chris, is really helping these guys. The 27 of David Smill, and AJ Green going to be able to profit from this 99 being pushed offline. Maybe I was about to say that. Now they're starting to race hard. So
27 and 97 all over each other.
We'll see if that 97 will pull a Kip Easley, and we'll shoot it 3 wide here. But it looks like the 99 going to shut the door for that. 27 going to shut the door for that. Speaking of Kip Easley, he's going to tag the wall a little bit and to that inside of Kip Easley. That is the 54, correct, Jason Hand that just shot to that outside, is it not? No, that's not. That would be the 25 of Kevin Click. I apologize. I don't know why I saw Jason Hand and thought that was I think I saw Kyler McCarthy and saw past him. Excuse me about that. But either way, we look back here. We see the 3 and Lucas Nilges trying to go to the inside lane here, and he is going to go to the inside lane.
Whoa! Does go back up here?
Well, yeah, I was going to say, we do have some trouble. The 99 of Colin Forster able to recover it, though. He's still up there with a fighting chance. Just at this point needs to slow down and just say, all right, my tires are not what they were. We've got a good spot still to, even win this race. We know we got a good setup to run away from the field with a couple fast laps. Let's just keep this car in one piece, get some tires on it, and let's continue this race. That 99, let's just make it to the first pit stop and not drop below 15th position. I would say before that or anything after that, you might want to start worrying. But the 99 is still in this race.
Yes, we're going to go see if we can see what happened there with the 99s. Yeah, you just see him get up into the wall.
Too hot on corner entry.
Yeah, you see him just get up into the wall, and then it kind of sucks you up into it, and you just have to get out of the gas, and you lose a couple of positions in that spot. Whoa, it's a big jump out there from, I want to say that was Brett Strickler. Yeah, that 38 of Brett Strickler jumped out. It's like you said, Josh, I'm starting to learn these skins now, or their liveries. I'm starting to be able to look at them and go, oh, I know who that is. Whoa, a big wiggle there from Colin Forrester coming out of the corner. Those tires are not happy on his race car right now. It looks like he's up into the wall again, Josh. Just cooking beans into that corner.
I was going to say, he is definitely overdriving. Oh, and now Kyler McCarthy in the wall. He's going to recover it, and here comes Lucas Nilges to the inside.
Oh, if you're Lucas, you're like, man, I just want to get around.
99's in the wall still.
Yeah, as I was just saying that, and I heard it, the 99 into the wall. So Kip Easley trying to make his way up here into that 4th position, but battling behind him is that 99 of Colin Forster, and then his teammate behind him, Lucas Nilges, charging up through the field. So this is going to be where it starts getting interesting to see, where the tires are starting to fall off, where, you're starting to see driver strategy come into play. This is going to be interesting to see these next 10, 15 laps. As Ken Baum Jr. had took over the lead at lap 26, and he has just kind of ran away with it now. So we'll see if all that battling back here David Smill has between AJ Green, Kevin Click, is going to slow him down and let Ken Baum just kind of run away.
I mean, these guys racing back here hard is definitely going to help. Oh, who's that on the top of the track? Losing a lot of speed. That's the 51 of Steve Strittmatter.
Yes, I saw it. Maybe got into the wall really hard. Let's see if we can see any right side damage on that car. See if he might have pancaked the wall really hard. Can't see any from here, but definitely a slow exit from that 51 there. So right now, Kevin Click battling for that 2nd position with David Smill. It looks like Kevin Click going to go ahead and go around that 27. So now whoa, as I say it, getting loose, Kevin Click. He's going to save it. Good save there for that 25.
You're going to see a lot of drivers getting loose off that turn 4 exit, Chris. That's going to happen all night long.
Yeah, these tires are starting to fall apart. Like I said, these next 10, 15 laps are going to be really interesting. Whoa, as it looks like, I want to say that was Jason Hand, the 54, into the wall. It was.
They almost made contact there between Green and Click, too, as well. You saw it back there, and if you caught it, it looked like they almost made contact as well. So, man, they are starting to get a little testy here. As you see Click and them going to the bottom all the way to the apron. That's Smill, Green, and Click all going down to the bottom. And then Kip Beasley and Colin McCarthy got a little bit of Lucas Nilges got a little bit of a race going on back here.
To see Colin Forster starting to fall back just a little bit. Not liking this, Josh. He is definitely not liking what he's seeing in front of him right now. He was in the lead about 2 seconds up from the pack, and now he's fallen back 3 seconds from Ken Baum Jr. So the 99 machine is not liking the shoes that he has on this car right now. As we're seeing a lot of shuffling around going up here in the front, too. These drivers are starting to get a little impatient. So I want to say...
that was Brick Swope on the apron.
So Brick Swope looks like maybe making his way back out onto the track. Good to see him in that.
Josh Susi did get out of the race car as well.
Okay, so yeah, just probably terminal damage to that car. Probably had an hour-long repair time on it. Was just like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go make me a sandwich and have some fun watching the race.
That's Chris Ken Baum Jr. now, the driver that has clicked it, and it is gone. It is clicking for him right now in that number 2 machine. That Toyota Turn 2 Terribles. Not looking so terrible coming out of Turn 2 right now, man. As he's going to put another 10th on those drivers just in that Turn 1 and 2 area. We'll see if he's able to build on this. And you can hear he's definitely running that middle seam. Running a good little tire safe line, but it also could come back to bite you on that corner exit when you run whatever lines you may want to run. You can always get caught off coming back on that corner exit of Turn 4. So you just have to be careful, have to roll smooth here. But so far, it looks like Ken Baum does have a good little line, Chris, and he's making it work for himself right now. But we'll see if it's just David Smill, Kevin Click, and them being so close and racing, it's letting him pull away here in the next few laps, or if he's just genuinely that fast. But right now, it does look like David Smill Jr. is pulling away a little bit.
Yeah,
as you see Colin McCarthy, Lucas Nilges, AJ Green, and Kevin Click all right there racing for that 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th position.
Yeah, a lot of drivers, I was just sitting here thinking, I was like, man, there's a lot of drivers kind of bunched up, and then all of a sudden they just spread out whenever they come up the front stretch. So it's really crazy to see, what different lines. As we were watching Ken Baum Jr. just a second, I was, as you were talking, I was watching what line he was running, and it was just kind of, I was, it was like that middle seam just seems to be working, no pun intended, seems to be working very well for him right now.
Yeah. Middle seems to be working. That's how we just need to say it. As, yeah, Chris, look at that. 97 AJ Green. He's been competitive up here, man, but Kevin Click is definitely feeling himself right now. He started in 13th up to that third position, as well as David Smith Jr. He started in 10th. He's up to second. So a couple big movers in the field, but just really starting to see these drivers now having to rely on pure skill. When it comes down to these tires, it is pure driver skill. You have to know how to drive the race car. Not only driver skill, but repetition and just really putting in time in with these race cars on these tracks, understanding the tire deck, understanding what they're going to do. So one of my favorite parts of the race is when you get on the... Whoa! That was almost a moment there between the 25 and AJ Green right here. I was going to say, one of my favorite moments in the race are these long runs. You really start to see these battles here. And I love these long run battles, man. You really start to see switching positions. Some drivers like Lucas Nilge's diving it down to the bottom. So it's going to be a good show here. Keep your eyes planted on this pack. We might see some fireworks here soon, Chris.
Yeah, as you were talking, Josh, I saw Kip easily getting loose coming out of turn 4. So not very happy any of these drivers now on these tires, as it looks like Colin Forrester has fallen himself back to that 10th spot, and then he's got Dylan Hastings and Steve Stripmatter, those two up in smoke drivers, all over his back bumper, and then there comes that 54 Jason Hand on that outside lane. So that 99 machine is just not happy on that racetrack right now. Whoa, as I'm saying it, he's getting loose.
Whoa, that's a wreck. It's going to involve the 51 of Stripmatter and the 54 of Jason Hand. But it looks like everybody's going to get it around. Chris Jason Hand going to lock it up on the wall, and he's going to go ahead and get it towed back to pit lane.
Yes, we'll
see what happened here, but I definitely think the 54 got loose, right, and started doing like wobbling left and right. Yeah, there we caught the tail end of it. We'll have to do the old blockbuster rewind here. Should see some people come down pit road here, I would expect, right?
Yes, it looks like, as you see,
99
Colin
was even
Forrester
getting loose. Look at that, yeah.
Yeah, you see Colin Forrester loose. Let's see if we can see what happens right about here. He's probably getting back on the gas. That's where he starts getting loose. You got to also think there is a pocket of air that's probably pushing him away from that wall, also. And then the 51 of Steve Stripmatter, just the unfortunate bystander there. You see the 45, the 50, no, that is the 45, of Adam Taylor.
Oh yeah, excuse me, sorry.
Getting on the brakes there a little bit, trying to avoid that wreck, but the 54 just going to go ahead, back it down the wall, and like you said, Josh, just going to go ahead and pull it to the pits.
And I haven't seen anybody down pit road, so
pit road might not be open. They might come down this time.
Oh yeah, they're stacking up big time. They're going to be coming down for sure, right? Yeah. So we'll watch this race off pit road here, Chris. As Ken Baum Jr., David Smith, and AJ Green, your 1, 2, 3 coming in. We'll see if that top 5 is even the same when they come out. We know pit stops a big part of the race. Some drivers have it. Some drivers just don't. I mean, you can be the best driver on the racetrack, have some of the worst pit stops in the world, or just not be confident in your pit stops. And it's very hard to late break, judge your pit stops, even in these slow rolls, rolling down pit road, not having to come from race pace. You can overshoot your pit stall barely, and it kill your pit stop. It's just one of those things. You got to be a good pit stop driver, and you can definitely make some really good time on pit road.
It looks like Ken Baum Jr. on his way out as the cameras did not go to the one that I wanted to. Ken Baum Jr. going to win the race out of pit lane. David Smill going to come out in second. AJ Green in third. Kevin Click in fourth. Lucas Nilge's in fifth. Kyler McCarthy in sixth. Brett Strickler moved himself up into that seventh position. Kip Easley in eighth. Dylan Hastings in ninth, and Colin Forrester going to round out that top 10. So Colin Forrester still holding on to that 10th position. But Josh, like you were talking about, those, even at caution pace, it is kind of a headache to go down pit lane, because you can still miss your pit stall. I can tell you 100%, I am a terrible pit stop person. I can race all day, but if you send me down pit lane, I literally am trying to put a square peg in a round hole.
No, for real, man. It's one of those things. I can come flying off the racetrack. I can hit the braking all the way up to 60 miles, 50 miles, whatever the pit road speed is for that track. Hit it perfect. I can get all the way up to going to enter my pit stall, and then I can't find my pit board. I miss my turn in. I under brake and go sliding past my stall and have to back up and lose time that way. So I have some weird, unfortunate, not even really luck, just weird, unfortunate, God-given skill of it sucking at pit stops. So it's one of those things, man. You know, I love racing, hate stopping in the pits, but God, I love fresh tires.
But yeah, I'm the same way, Josh. I cannot pit stop at all. You know, you know that as at firsthand. Being my spotter, you know, whenever I was doing Chris Cup, I could not pit stop to save my life. But after I got on the racetrack, I could race pretty good. But like I said, you send me down that pit lane, I was terrible.
Oh yeah, I definitely. We've had our moments together, Chris, of some goofy moments on the racetrack.
As I see Chris Lynn in the YouTube chat, good to see you in here, buddy. I hate to not see you out on the track, though. I know you said that I want to say you said that you were skipping this week or you had to do something. I know somebody said they had to do something. I can't remember the name. But good to see you in the YouTube chat. I see he says, Ken Bomb, my hero. Turn 2 terribles. Let's go. See y'all next week. Like I said, buddy, good to have you in the YouTube chat.
And it looks like we are about to get back to some green flag racing once they get down the back straightaway. So, Chris, what are you expecting here with these fresh tires? You thinking we're going to see some 4 wide coming down the back straightaway?
Yeah, this is going to be very, very weird to see here. And I don't mean weird in a bad way. I mean, it's going to be weird because we've seen all these drivers on old tires. We haven't seen how they react once they've figured out their tires. Now it's going to be we figured out the lines. So yeah, I'm seeing this is where we start getting a little antsy and we start pushing 3-4 wides.
As the iRacing pace car going to take that hard left, set our drivers up to go left. And it's going to be Ken Baum Jr. Ooh, looks like David Smill got a little bit of a hesitant restart there. Maybe spun the rears up just a tad bit. But AJ Green going to go ahead and shoot it to the inside lane. Going to try to take advantage of that. As he should be able to clear this 27 and take that second place position. But so far on this restart, it looks like Ken Baum Jr. Whoa, a little bit of a wobble there. That could have been a big wreck.
Yeah, but also something,
Here comes
Josh.
Kevin Click as well. So, but Ken Baum Jr., Chris, looks like he is going to hold the lead off for this restart.
Yeah, I was going to say, Josh, also with these new tires, now these drivers are going to be a little testy. They're going to know what their limits are and what their limits aren't with the tires in the turn. So like we said, look at them. They are all filing out, trying to get as much position up as they can right now. But we see it looks like the 38 of Brett Strickler getting a little tight. He's going to slow up. That's going to allow the 24 of Kyler McCarthy to move his way around him. Ooh, and then you see Kip Easley getting his nose cut off there from that 24 machine. Now that 38 having the 99 of Colin Forrester pull up to the back bumper. So now a lot of these drivers are starting to get a little testy, trying to see where they can stick the nose and where they can, not.
As AJ Green really doing a good job to keeping pace with Ken Baum Jr. here. And he's going to shoot to the outside lane. Big run coming here from the 97 down the back straightaway, Chris.
Yeah, it looks like the 97 has really got a good run going on that outside lane. Let's see if Ken Baum's just going to let the 97 kind of chill up there. He knows.
He got a little loose.
I was going to say, yeah, I saw that little bit of a wiggle.
AJ Green might lead this lap, and he will lead this lap.
Yeah,
so.
AJ Green, leader of lap 48.
Will he be able to hold on to it for lap 49, though? That is the question. We'll see. Is Ken Baum going to drive down to the white line, and Kevin Click going to come with him? Going to get a little bit of that speed help? Maybe not. Those drivers back there trying to decide what they're doing is Lucas Nilges with a big move, but 97 going to drive it in front of that 2 machine. So now solidified for this lap. New leader, lap number 97. Oh, but he could get tight here, and that could open the door for the 2, but it doesn't like it will. Woo! That is as tight as it can get. 97 going to lead lap 49. So, yeah, he is your leader here for the last 2. We'll see if Ken Baum will be able to do anything in that 2.
Yeah, Ken Baum just probably giving up that position, knowing that he's got the tires to make it, knowing that he's got the strategy and the setup. But like you were saying, Josh, Lucas Nilge's now up 9 positions, and right behind him, Kevin Click has moved himself back up 9 positions. So Kyler McCarthy is now starting to poke his head back up into the picture, and so is David Smill. He's fallen back just a little bit as well.
Yeah, and Ken Baum Jr. is applying the pressure, Chris.
Yeah, you see him all over the back bumper there of that 97 of AJ Green. Let's see, going here into turn 3, if he's going to apply the even more pressure, see if he can push him up the track, maybe get him a little arrow loose. Doesn't look like he's going to try to make anything fancy there. Just going to fall in behind him, not stress the issue too much. See, going here in turn 1 and 2, if he's going to apply the pressure more. I noticed that last lap he did apply the pressure more. No, it doesn't look like he's really going to apply it here. So maybe just going on a little bit of a save now. As back behind him, look at that, Josh. Lucas Nilge's Kevin Click now battling it 2 wide for that 3rd position.
I say there is racing going all through the packs here, Chris. These guys are getting to it right now. Lap 52 here of 130 at the crooked lines in 95. Or 195, right? Sorry, excuse me.
195.
You'll see Kevin Click now move it to the inside and almost take that position completely away from the 3 of Lucas Nilge's. He's working on it, though. That's Kyler McCarthy going to pull up right behind that number 3 machine. We'll see if that'll help the 3 of Lucas Nilge's, or if it's going to be for the worse, him getting pushed off into the corner a little bit faster than what he would like. As 3 wide, Kyler McCarthy going to take a big move to the outside, and he might get the best run out of all 3 of these drivers, Chris. He might get a 2-for-1 here, and he will. Kyler McCarthy, great big move to the outside. That was awesome wheelmanship right there.
Yeah, that was a good drive there from that 24 machine of Kyler McCarthy. Good drive on that outside lane. Man, I know that if I was in that 3 wide sandwich, I would definitely not want to be the patty. And whew, you saw, I want to say that was Kevin Click that was on the middle. Definitely got out of it and was like, look, man, you can have this.
Oh, yeah, I always, unless it's coming to the white flag or coming to the win the race, I'm always backing out there in the middle lane. Not maybe backing out to the point of where I'm going to lose so much position, but definitely got to. You know, it can be deadly here early in the race, Chris.
Yeah, Kyler McCarthy, though, Josh. We're going to see if we can go back and see what – I don't see a time for it, so unfortunate. Do not see the timer, so not going to be able to go back and see that. But the 24 machine now, it looks like he's got something really starting to go underneath that car, because he is starting to catch Ken Baum. But Josh, we were just talking about Ken Baum applying that pressure. He's still just about 1/10 off the back bumper of that 97 machine, so still applying that pressure. You know, AJ Green's probably looking up in that mirror going, man, I just can't shake him. I don't know what's going on. As you're riding on board here, see if you can see from his point of view, if he's got his field of view set up something like this. You can see that that car is all over the back bumper.
As you see it, just from AJ Green's perspective, what it's like to enter turn 1 and 2. You'll come down the back straightaway here, really float it in. You kind of lift off the gas, let it float there for a second, and you got to find that traction. You see him hit the apron. That's going to make him wash up on corner exit. Big moment there for AJ Green. My stomach dropped, but that's really going to open the door up for Ken Baum Jr., and he should comfortably be able to take this lead with the pace he's been showing tonight. And I think we might have Ken Baum pulling away here if the 97 doesn't make it absolutely difficult on him.
Yeah, and it looks like the 97 is kind of making it absolutely difficult on him, Josh. He is still hanging door to door with him, now fender to door. So Ken Baum Jr. is not comfortable right now on that inside lane. He did not have the speed. You know, you saw the bobble there from the 97 coming out of turn 4. And Ken Baum just wasn't able to shut that door on the 97. So AJ Green still battling for that lead. This is going to help Kyler McCarthy get up there and try to poke his nose up in here and say, hey, man, I want to be in the lead too.
Yeah, and with Kyler McCarthy's move, we might see another 3 wide here, Chris, going into turns 1 and 2. Maybe not. He might not be that close, but definitely getting the opportunity to get a run. He's going to have a chance possibly here in 1 and 2. To make a run for this lead. Kyler McCarthy showing some great speed in that number 24 Nitro machine.
Yeah, I was just thinking that same thing, Josh. He has found some speed up in that outside lane. I've been watching him here these last couple of laps. And here he goes. He's going to try to make that pass, but we've seen the AJ Green tighten up like he's doing right now. That's not going to be good if AJ Green, or excuse me, if Kyler McCarthy makes that move on that outside lane.
This is where he's going to really make it stick. Turn 3 and 4. You get a little bit more leverage up there in that outside lane. He's going to make it stick. But is he going to make the pass? 97 going to clear the 2. But here comes Kyler McCarthy. He is slingshotting on that outside lane.
Yeah, let's see if he makes it stick here. He's going to ride on board here. See, just from his point of view, he is all the way up on that top lane. So he has found some speed up here. AJ Green starting to fall off.
Oh, and look at that, Chris. David Smill Jr. As we were on board, something must have happened there in turn 2 because, or not maybe something happened, but he found some speed. Those guys must have been racing hard and we missed it because here comes the 8. Chris, we've got the whole pack. It's starting to look like a super speedway single file race up here.
Yes, I see the one of Dylan Hastings making a couple of baskets back there, weaving on the bottom of the track, maybe trying to cut off some momentum from that 99, but I was just checking to see if everything was okay, but it looks like it looks like maybe the 3 of Lucas Nilji's getting a little loose. He's going to fall back a couple of positions, so everybody's just kind of starting to fall back. AJ Green on that outside lane trying to make up some time, but it doesn't look like he's making up any time. It looks like he's losing time, as right now, Josh, Kyler McCarthy to the lead. He's going to lead lap 63.
And a good job so far from that number 24 machine, Chris. I got to say, that nitro machine of Kyler McCarthy is really impressing me, but I say that, Kenbaum Jr. going to stick that nose back under there. Hopefully this just isn't a last-ditch effort to try to make yourself stick on this last ditch tire run, because they should, only pit one more time after this. It's one of those things, if you get pulled away from here and it gets gapped and we go green, just being this close could be that thing that you go back and think about, man, at lap 63 when I was right there, I could have tried to make the move, and he got away from me after that. But I don't think that's going to happen with Kenbaum Jr. He is going to really stick to him like a really sticky Band-Aid that you can't pull off. It's just, you don't want to pull it off. You know, you got the leg hair stuck to it. That's that number 2 machine right now. He is all over that 24, and he ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
Yes, like you were saying, Josh, he is still all over the quarter panel of that 24 machine. So looking in that back bumper, looking in that rear view now, the 24 is seeing Kenbaum Jr. all over that back bumper. So I would say, Josh, it looks like Kenbaum Jr. might have led that lap. Yes, it does.
I'm not sure who led that lap.
No, it did. It was Kyler McCarthy. Kyler McCarthy led that lap.
Sorry, I'm having a little bit of micro stutters in my game right now. Not sure what's going on.
Whoa, is Kenbaum Jr. getting a little loose? Trying to tuck it up to the back bumper of that 24, but the 24 took a completely different line than Kenbaum was expecting. You saw him trying to tuck it down on there. So now you're seeing the battle of the top and the bottom lane. Kenbaum Jr., though, not wanting to stay on that bottom lane, but hey, I'm not going to sit here and tell him what to do, but, I would just say now that you're in that, that 20-lap threshold of using these tires up, I would start, not running that bottom lane because you're going to start eating those tires alive.
For sure, Chris, and you got to give it to Kyler McCarthy being able to make up all that speed so early in the run on the outside lane. He definitely knows what that car is capable of. Look at that, really now getting up there to that outside wall. Is Kenbaum going to make a good run to that inside? If he gets up here and sticks with the door on the back straightaway, could possibly make it stick, but nah, it doesn't like he's going to, and he's going to have to do another throw it into turn 3 and 4 here. He's starting to pick up that middle lane, which we did see him running that middle lane way earlier in the run earlier when he was leading. So, moment there as the 24 was coming off the wall, wobbled, and almost collected the 2 with him. I don't think the 2 was expecting that car to be so fast off the wall there. He got a little loose, so that could have been a moment there. But nothing's going to happen as AJ Green starting to pull back up. But we'll roll back here and just check through the field, Chris, as you see a couple drivers having their own battles back here, just really trying to get through this field and work their way back up towards a top 5, top 10 position.
Yes, we're just going to, like you said, Josh, just kind of go back here, see what's going on in the back. I did see a couple of names going back and forth, as it's good to see Jimmy Barr still on the lead lap in that 16th spot after that wreck that he had, after that first caution that we had. It doesn't look like
Kyler McCarthy and them are racing really hard right now.
Yeah, going up there right now.
They are too wide. I saw it go from 4/10 to under a tenth of a second. I was like, oh yeah, I got to go see that. It looks like another one of those big drive-ins from Ken Baum Jr., Chris.
Oh, Kyler McCarthy all over that wall, but you saw him wiggle there just a little bit. He didn't like the spot he's in. Big smack. Big smack there for the 24. That's the dangers of running that top line. That is the dangers of running that line. Sometimes you're just going to get in the wall, and now he's going to have the trouble of staying on that. I know this feeling when you get into the wall one time, then you just start thinking about it. And then the next thing you know, 3 laps go by, and you're still in the wall every time you go into the corner.
Yeah, that's me every time I try to run the wall. I do it one time, super cool. I rip it, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I got that every time. And then I absolutely pancake the car. You see, that's going to open the door for 97 to AJ Green, Chris. Kip Easley starting to pull up. We know he was having a little bit of success earlier in the race, but now up into 4th. Originally started this race at 16th, so that 3-chi machine of Kip Easley, he's going to be able to get down to the inside and roll past. So Kyler McCarthy, oh, whoa, we got a little bit of 3-wide action going on here. David Smil said, I'm tired of waiting behind this 8. He's like a Nissan Altima in traffic. He's ready to go.
Yeah, David Smil making a move on the outside there of Kip Easley. Let's see if he can make it stick. Does look like he's going to make it at least stick for this lap. He's going to take over that 4th spot, 3rd spot, from Kip Easley. Kip Easley not going away too far. It looks like he's going to try to ride that middle lane. Well, David Smith was in that top, but it doesn't look like he's going to fight him there for too long. That's what I would do. I would just go ahead and tuck back in there and just say, all right, I'm just going to run this middle lane, not try to battle you. As we're going back up here on the lead, you see the 57 there of Briggs Swope. He is a lap car, was one of those drivers that was involved in that accident early on. Just out here turning laps. Good to see Briggs Swope turning laps still out on the track. Like I say, with any driver that turns laps out on the track, good to see him still get out there and just, keep chugging.
Got to, man. It's one of those things. If you're racing for a championship, got to keep going. If not, man, you can miss out on a lot of points very easily, Chris. You know how it is when you're racing for a championship. And you see that Lucas Nilge's Kyler McCarthy almost making a little bit of contact there, but they're going to clean it out and they're going to keep rolling as they're going to roll past Briggs Swope there, who is a lapped car in 25th position.
As it looks like they were thinking about going 3 wide there for a second. As it looks like Ken Baum now, Josh, he is... him and AJ Green are starting to pull away from that 3rd and 4th position, as it looks like Kip Easley just like I was saying, just decided, hey man, I'm not gonna sit and fight this anymore. I'm just gonna cruise. So David Smil is starting to pull away from Kip Easley, but like I was saying just before, AJ Green and Ken Baum Jr. are starting to pull away from those 2 other cars.
They are indeed, Chris. They got their own little race going on here with themselves, and they're saying, hey, as long as we can both keep it clean, let's pull away from the pack because I want what you got, but I also don't want to go up there and try to pass you and have 30 other cars coming up here as well. So it's one of those things you gotta play patient, man. It's almost like a fight. You gotta pick your shots. You don't want to go up there and throw it all out the window in the first minute, gas yourself out, because then you got nothing else and you've shown everything you got. So you gotta play it patient, play your poker face, and hopefully attack when you've got the opportunity. So it's one of those things in racing that people think, oh, get out there, turn left, hit the gas. You got to play this mental game. It's almost like poker. But saying that, Chris, something went on mentally with that AJ Green machine. Might have missed a braking point or missed the entry point or something on corner, I should say, and might have had a little bit of a mental hiccup there. But he's going to be good still in that 2nd place position. Just down now by what looks like, I want to say, 2 seconds.
Yeah, I was...
Oh, no, only 7/10. I was looking at the wrong person there. My fault.
Yeah, as you were talking, Josh, I saw the 3 of Lucas Nilge's get into the wall corner exit of 4. So he's going to slow up just a little bit, but he's still going to be all over the back bumper, as I say that, of Kip Easley. But Josh, Ken Baum Jr. starting to get caught again by AJ Green. Maybe that outside lane is starting to work for him again. As you see Ken Baum Jr. starting to slowly move his way up the track.
Yeah, we're starting to see everybody really try to change it up, Chris. You got to start finding stuff in these runs where the tires are starting to fall off on you a little bit. You don't, really have much of a, what's the word I'm looking for here? A cushion to rely on with them. So you got to, like I hinted on earlier, use that driver skill, use that experience, understand what's going to happen with the car here within the next 10 laps, and use that to your benefit. You've got to drive the car not only fast here for the first 70, 80 laps. You got to drive it faster, 130. So keeping that pace, keeping a solid pace, even on this, the worser tires, and trying to continue just on a consistent pace is very hard, very difficult, and you'll see a lot of drivers having hiccups like we have tonight. So definitely want to see some, definitely want to see a caution if you're one of these drivers, want to get some fresh tires. I know we have some drivers really going back to the field. I know they love those caution pit stops. Definitely more fun than those green flag pit stops.
I was just muted. Excuse me. I was going to say, Josh, we are 50 laps to go here. So this is where the strategies are going to start coming into play. As I saw Nick Cannon coming down pit lane, he is on his way out right now. So wondering when all of these drivers are going to start coming down pit lane as well. Because if we've seen it, the last pit stop was 40 laps ago. So we've seen that they can stretch it out 40 laps. If they can get it down to under that, about 35, they could possibly just have one green flag stop, and we could have a race for the win. As we're going back here, you see the 25 of Kevin Click moving on that inside lane.
Sorry about that, Chris. I was muted. I was talking the whole time.
Whoa, it's Lucas. It looks like Lucas Nilge's getting a little loose back there. It looks like he got into the wall and then got down on that bottom lane and was able to keep it underneath them. But it looks like, maybe I saw the wrong car. Maybe it was Lucas Nilge's. I saw somebody get loose back there. No, excuse me, it was Kyler McCarthy. I saw the green car and I thought it was Lucas Nilge's, but excuse me, that was Kyler McCarthy that got into the wall and went all the way down to the bottom.
You have been excused, Chris. It happens. Some of these race cars, when you're looking from the TV cameras and stuff, kind of hard to distinguish when it's going by so quick or happening so fast. So definitely easy to make a mistake there. But you see that number 2 machine? I like the camera we're rolling on here.
What was
25 at Kevin Click? Yeah, that was David Schmidt Jr.
Yeah,
he had a hiccup or something. Like he might have almost gotten out into that outside wall.
It looks like he might have gotten into the outside wall because he fell back from that that 4th position all the way back to the 6th position. So Kip easily was able to get around him. Kevin Click was also able to get around him. So having a little bit of upsets here. These tires might be starting to fall apart on them, and they're hoping they see a caution, but we might see a green flag caution here before too long. Because now we're at 45 laps to go, so we know they can make it 45 laps on tires and fuel.
Yeah, I would expect some drivers. Oh, Kip Easley did come down pit road this time. Ken Baum Jr.
Kevin Click down pit lane.
Come down pit road. I was going to say he was coming down pit road this time. So, yeah, Chris, that whole lead pack really coming down pit road.
Yeah,
Lucas Nilge's, A.J. Green still out, but Colin Forrester, Brian Pesser, Kyler McCarthy, Bill Hayes all moving up position. So, a couple drivers out of that lead pack going to come down pit road. This should open up the rest of the field here within the next 1 or 2 laps.
Yeah, if you're that 51 machine, the Steve Stripmatter, you're definitely like, hey, guys, go down pit lane right now. Go down pit lane right now. As he's going to go a lap down. But you see the 97 of A.J. Green and the 3 of Lucas Nilge starting to pull away from everybody. Colin Forrester still hasn't entered turn 1, but it looks like Ken Baum, Kevin Click. Ken Baum came out, won the race out of pit lane. Kevin Click came out second. Kip Easley and David Schmill it looks like battling for position coming out of pit lane right now.
I was about to say that's a pit road race right there, but it looks like They're going to get out smooth, and they're going to be battling instantly as Lucas Nilge's down pit road. AJ Green still staying out, Colin Forster as well. See Matthew Fitz coming down pit road right there.
So 2 Team Sparkle Unicorn drivers coming down pit lane. See when AJ Green decides to come down pit lane. I know Colin Forster is probably going to come down pit lane here before too long. His teammate did come down. Bill Hales also up here battling for that second position, up 19 spots after that pit cycle, so he hasn't come down pit lane. So right now, your top 10, AJ, as I say that, AJ Green coming down pit lane. New leader, Bill Hales here at lap 89. Bill Hales at least going to take that bonus point for leading the lap. You see behind them, Kyler McCarthy trying to ride that outside lane, just trying to make up as much time as he can before he comes down pit lane.
Colin Forster going to come down this time, as well as Brian Pressler.
Looks like Bill Hales.
Bill Hales going to stay out or forced to stay out, not sure. Whoa, contact there between Ken Baum. Ken Baum Jr. and the 45 of J. Adam Taylor definitely made contact, did they not?
As I can't find it.
Just go back. You were on Ken Baum. Just rewind it. It was right out of turn 4.
So let's see if we can see what happened. We'll just have to rewind it. As it looks like coming out of the corner. Oh, I wonder if the 45 was going to come down pit lane. And then he just didn't know it.
So. I didn't see where he called in on the radio.
Or maybe he got loose and was just checking up. But Kyler McCarthy, Bill Hales, Adam Taylor, Shane Weldon, Don DeGroot, all down pit lane. So right now, your new leader is that 22 of Andrew May. And Brody Green in that 91 is in second position. You see him back there. So Andrew May probably just out here trying to also do the same thing, get a couple of bonus points. That way he can lead a lap. And then, you know, whoa, as it looks like a couple of drivers getting into the wall coming out of turn 4. So, yeah, lap 92, your leader is Andrew May. Brody Green still has not come down pit lane. Also, Steve Strittmatter getting that lap back has not come down pit lane. But right now, Ken Baum Jr. is currently, after everybody cycles through, will be your leader with Dylan Hastings about a second behind him. See Ken Baum Jr. getting around. The 51 is Steve Strittmatter. This is Kyler McCarthy still down pit lane, minute and 15 seconds. So maybe not liking the damage that he had on that car. He's just going to sit down pit lane, let him beat on it with a hammer for a few minutes.
Yeah, as Brody Green will be your leader, but he has not pitted yet. Still hasn't pitted since 42. As you see, 22 Andrew May rolling into his pit stall. But once that Ken Baum Jr., not 3 Lucas Nilges, I don't know what I'm trying to say. That 91 of Brody Green comes down pit road. The 2 of Ken Baum Jr. will assume the lead as he's to that outside of Robbie Bice right now, rolling off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. So Ken Baum Jr. and then I want to say the closest car that's on freshest tires behind him, yeah, Chris, is that machine right there that we are riding on board with, Dylan Hastings. So Dylan Hastings done a great job to work his way up through the field, not only through racing, but through the pit stop cycles. He's got himself up in the 3rd and within striking distance of a good finish here, Chris.
Yeah, Josh, you're right. As Ken Baum Jr. is just trying to hold off Dylan Hastings. Dylan Hastings has now cut down that time to under almost a half a second between him and Ken Baum. So if you're in that 2 machine, you're wanting to get as much space as you can, but it doesn't look like Dylan Hastings letting him get much space at all. Because right now you see the difference between Kevin Click and Kip Easley. About 2.5 seconds between him and that 4th place position. And then Dylan Hastings trying to catch that 2 machine of Ken Baum Jr. This is where all of this pit strategy starts coming into play, Josh. If we go green flag, this is gonna be wild.
That should be good to make it to the end, correct?
Yes, they should be. They should be good to make it to the end.
Yeah, like you said, this is gonna be wild, man.
You know, if my math is correct, you know, Brody Green is still out on the track, and he's 50-something laps, and we're under 50 laps to go, so they can make it to the end. Looks like the 99 of Colin Forster setting the fastest lap that time around with a 30.97.
Could you imagine if we go like 10, 15 more laps and Brody Green somehow just miraculously holds on to the lead here and gets a free pit stop?
Yeah, but I am watching the time, Josh. If you watch Brody Green, look at the time. He just went from 13 seconds to now 12.3. So the time that was just one corner. So the time that
it is dropping very hard now.
Yeah, the time that he's
like a
losing,
piece of paper with a stone to it. It's falling.
Yeah, the time between him and Brody Green, now just 4 corners, he lost 2 seconds. So here, I would say about 4 laps, if Brody Green doesn't come down pit lane, Ken Baum's going to catch him. Kevin Click still hanging on, still a half a second behind Ken Baum Jr., so he has got something working in that race car. You see the 61 of Don DeGroot. He is a lap car, as it looks like Nick Cannon's still down pit lane. So we're going to go back on board here with Brody Green. Now, Josh, 9 seconds is what separates between Ken Baum Jr. and Brody Green. Now he's cut it down to 8 seconds. So, yeah, Josh, Brody Green is starting to lose a lot of time on track.
Yeah, he definitely is just going for it.
Maybe he's hoping for a caution.
Hey, I mean, you never know, Chris. I've seen drivers win weirder ways. I mean, let's be real.
I'm just looking at the closest battles that we have on track right now. Kip Easley is battling out with Lucas Nilges. And we see back behind him, David Smill and Brett Strickler battling it out. But Josh, as I'm saying that, now it is 6 seconds, 6.5 seconds between him and Brody Green. So like I said, about 2 more laps, Brody Green's going to be seeing Ken Baum start to pull up into that rear view.
Yeah, it's going to be really quick here, Chris. I mean, he is starting to lose time really fast. And Don DeGroot going to be right behind that number 2 at Ken Baum Jr. Is Kevin Click losing time to that Ken Baum? Oh! He saved it.
Going to keep it straight.
Is Kevin Click gaining or losing time right now? Looks like he's gaining time.
Looks like he's losing time, actually.
Don DeGroot. Yeah, look how much they got past Don DeGroot.
So now getting around Don DeGroot, Kevin Click could open up the door and maybe start trying to get up here and battle with his teammate. I wouldn't see it, but you know, hey, like I've said, I've seen crazier things happen. Right now, Dylan Hastings is the 3rd place position, currently sitting about 3.2 seconds behind. As I say that, AJ Green also battling with him. I was about to say I noticed AJ Green was battling for that outside lane. Whoa, as it looks like the one got tight. Yeah, a little bit of wiggle there from that one of Dylan Hastings.
As Dylan Hastings, Chris, has done an excellent job to really hold on to this position. He got himself up there through pit stops and 13th positions, started in 17th, sitting in 4th, still holding on to it. You got to really say this has been a good little run here from Dylan Hastings. As Nilges and Kip Easley behind him, they're starting to battle it out. I say that, though, Nilges has got a huge run coming down the back straightaway.
Yeah, and you're going to see Kip Easley go to that inside lane and follow behind Nilges. See if he can get around his teammate here without incident. You see, whoa, a little bit of tightness there from that 8 machine. He's going to be battling it out for that 5th position with his teammate. It looks like he's going to try to get around him right now. And Kip Easley going to get around that one of Dylan Hastings. So, yeah, it looks like Dylan Hastings starting to have a little bit of trouble in that machine. Might have used his equipment up a little too early trying to get around Don DeGroot.
Something or Kevin Click, or not, excuse me, Ken Baum was just completely saving when he was behind the group. Because if you notice, Chris, in a matter of a lap, he left the group. And ever since then, Kevin Click has not been able to separate himself from the group.
Yeah, I was just
So
thinking.
Ken Baum was definitely saving, I think, and he is hitting the escape button now. He's only got 25 laps to go this, or excuse me, 26 laps. Goodness, no. What lap are we on? 106?
We've got 25 laps to go. It'll be 24 this time
Thank
by.
you, Chris. Goodness gracious, I could not figure out what lap we're on. 24 laps to go this time by, so we'll see if Ken Baum Jr. is going to hit the escape key and get out of here. So it looks like that's what he's trying to do.
As I see Rylan in the chat. Good to have you in the chat, buddy. 24 laps to go, but hey, you're still here. Better late than never. As we're going to go back here, as I saw Brett Strickler lose another position. I saw Dylan Hastings lose another position, and also David Smill on that inside lane. So yeah, that one machine just not having a good time in that car. I know I've said that a lot, but a lot of these drivers are probably not having a good time in these cars right now.
Yeah, Dylan Hastings fell off big time, didn't he, Chris? Unfortunate for him, but it's going to have to open the door for a couple other drivers to try to get up here and maybe make a mix in this top three, but so far, it looks like it's going to be Ken Baum, Kevin Click, and AJ Green if anything doesn't happen. But I say that, Lucas Nilge's like, hey, wait, pump the brakes on that car right there, buddy. I'm coming to try to make a move here.
Yeah, as you saw, Nilge's coming out of turn 4. It looks like he was going to have a run on AJ Green, but it fell off. But that outside lane, you know, the thing about running the outside lane is it's not the fast lane. Of course, you know, it's the longest way around the track, but you're able to roll out of that gas just enough to where, you know, you don't have to lift all the way, and you're able to run that wall and, you know, able to put your foot down a little bit faster than the guy behind you or the person that's battling on that inside lane. So it's actually a good strategy in the long run, but you know, if you're doing it early on, it can really kill your momentum. As we're going to go back up here on board with Ken Baum Jr., he is about a second and a half, about second and 8/10 off of his teammate Kevin Click. And you see right behind him is that 61 of Don DeGroot. He is currently your lucky dog if we were to have a caution, and then behind him is that 3 of Lucas Nilge's, but on that outside lane as we're three wide. Whoa, big cut up there for AJ Green.
Big swope gonna hit the wall, big time.
I was gonna say, yeah, big swope into the outside wall, but I'm watching these two cars right here. This is your closest battle for position right now, AJ Green and Lucas Nilge's.
As it looks like Ken Baum up there, Chris, is still just clicking away. A second and 8/10 now, almost 2 seconds away from Kevin Click. As we're getting close to 15 to go here.
Yeah, this is where the strategy is going to start coming into play. You know, the tires are going to start falling off. I would say here in about 2 or 3 more laps is when you're going to start really seeing the time start fall off. And that's going to be where the drivers who have saved the most are going to, you know, come out and start moving up here to the front. As you see the one of Dylan Hastings, you know, he was behind Don DeGroot and really just wore his machine out, wore his tires out trying to get around him. As I speak, Don DeGroot up into the wall. So Lucas Nilge's going to catch him here before too long. But Ken Baum Jr. just watching behind him, seeing those little spots just get smaller and smaller.
Yeah, it's definitely where you want to be if you're Ken Baum Jr., but not where you want to be if you're a driver like AJ Green, who was leading this race at one point and showed that he had a very competitive race car. Sitting in that 4th place, you'd at least want, you know, the podium after such a solid run, but I think he'd be fine with 4th place, Chris, coming back, racing with the Full Throttle Boys for the first time in a while. I think AJ Green's doing a mighty fine job as Lucas Nilge's going to round out your podium position so far at the moment. We'll see if he's able to hold on to it, though, as he's starting to make a little bit of a run towards that Don DeGroot machine and then possibly try to help catch up to that Kevin Click machine who's sitting in that P2 position. Right now, it's Ken Baum Jr., Kevin Click, and Lucas Nilge's your top three. And we'll see if those two terrible guys in 1 and 2 can hold on to those positions and have a good team night here.
As we're riding on board here with Lucas Nilges, you can see his distance between Kevin Click. This is where Nilges is going to have to start making his moves if he's wanting to catch that 25 machine. He's got Don DeGroot starting to get into this draft. So once he's able to get up to that 61 machine, he's going to be able to use him to slingshot around him and hopefully be able to catch him and battle him for that second position.
It's going to have to happen now if it's going to happen, Chris. You're going to have to start making your moves because these next 15 laps are going to click off so fast if you're not paying attention. And if you're thinking, oh, I still got to keep playing it safe, well, throw that out the window. It is time to go, driver. Use every little bit of that tire you got left here, and let's try to get up here and possibly win this race and take this thing from Ken Baum Jr. because, man, he has been on a mission tonight. Whoa!
Whoa, it's 25 up in the wall.
wall.
This is going to open up the door for that 3 machine that's going to slow up to 61. Now they've cut it down to under a half a second. So if you're that 3 machine, you're definitely wanting to see what's happening in front of you, but you don't want it happening when you get up to them. As right now, let's see if Don DeGroot. As I was going to say that as I was saying it, Don DeGroot getting into the wall. So I was going to say, I was wondering if he was going to go ahead and let that car by, but as I was saying it, I saw him get up into the wall. So right now, Lucas Nilges is the closest he's been to that second place position. So this is going to be where it's make or break for him. As you see him dive it down there to that middle low lane, trying to possibly use some of those tires that he might have saved, not really moving up here too quick. So maybe that 3 machine has saved his equipment, and this is where he's going to throw it out, as it looks like he's diving it down there low, just trying to make up as much time as he can.
He will drive it to that low lane, Chris. We're going to see if he's going to be able to make it stick. Going to pull up right to that little bit of that back bumper area. He's starting to get really into that pocket of the 25 of Kevin Click. This is where, if you're in that 20-mile machine, you're really starting to pay attention to that mirror. You're really starting to think, all right, is he going to be there as we come off turn 2? Is he going to be there down the back straightaway? Is he going to be there wherever? It's really clicking in your head. No pun intended, but Kevin Click, you got to make it work here, man, if you're wanting to hold on to this P2 position. It's going to be one of those things with Lucas Nilges on this big run that he's had these last couple laps. He's feeling the momentum, he's feeling the confidence, and he's definitely not feeling the outside wall like that 25 is.
Yeah, Kevin Click just getting into that outside wall, so this is going to open up the door for Lucas Nilges. So here with 10 laps to go, the second position is taken over by that 3 machine, but Kevin Click's not letting him get away from him, Josh. Whoa, move to the inside.
Kevin Click's going to work back to that inside in that number 25 Ford Mustang. As this is going to be a big race here. There could be some contact. Looks like they're going to keep it clean. 3 into the wall.
Whoa.
Whoa, my goodness.
Man, if you're that 25 machine.
How did they keep that going straight? Oh, my goodness.
If you're that 25 machine, you're definitely changing your underwear right now.
Man, I think I'm changing my underwear. That one was close.
They're
still racing hard. Like they were about to touch there for a second.
Yeah, Kevin Click all over that quarter panel. All over that door. Let's see if he makes it work on that.
I just realized we were under 10 to go, Chris. It's insane. These guys are racing so hard. Not even paying attention to those laps anymore.
Yeah, Ken Baum Jr., he is now 2.2 seconds away. So that's why, that's why we haven't focused on him. He is just commanding the lead right now. But our closest battle for position is between this 3 machine and this 25 machine. So this is why we've been so hyper focused on it. This has been a really close battle. Lucas Nilges, whoa, bucket the tap. It's gonna keep it straight. They're gonna both keep it straight. Oh my goodness.
Oh. These guys are racing.
I just had the whole
dropped. Oh, whoa, they're beating and banging now.
was Kevin Click trying to
Let's hope
battle
the
for this
tempers don't
position.
flare up too much, Chris.
Yeah, this is
You'd
where it's
hate it
going
for
to...
both of these drivers to lose this big of a run here, man. They've had such a good run.
Whoa, big back out there.
You see why, though. Crossover attempt.
6 laps to go this time, Ba. As I'm just kind of holding my breath right now with this.
I was about to say, I don't know what to say. These guys are racing so hard.
As it looks like maybe Lucas Nilge's had a little bit of an upset coming out of turn 2. See if he can dive it down in here and make up that space that he lost, but it does look like he's going to get a good drive out, but this is going to tighten him up into the wall just a little bit. Nope, he's going to back up to the back bumper.
Right back on the back bumper.
So all that time that he...
Slide job?
Right now, as I don't know what's going on with the internet, as I'm seeing, having a little bit of a hiccup here, if you can still hear us. Trying to see if we can get it going here.
I don't seem to have any issues on my end, so... Weird.
Yeah, as it currently right now is dropping frames. I'm trying to figure out what is going on. As it looks like it's back up now.
Yeah, not sure what was going on there. That's weird. Well, ISPs, things happen. Can't control that. So, unfortunate for that, but we are back going here smoothly. 3 laps to go, Chris. Lucas Nilges, if he wants to make a shot for the second position, he's going to have to do it now.
Yeah, Josh, you are correct. This is going to be where that 3 machine is going to have to throw everything that he has at them and try to at Kevin Click and try to make it stick. That's really the only thing the 3 machine is going to have to do. He's going to have to throw everything out the window now. 2 laps to go. This is where you're going to have to try to make that second position up.
As I was thinking that he was going to make a big run there, the way Nilges pulled it into the corner, but it doesn't look like he's got it anymore, Chris. It might have used it up when they were battling there a couple laps ago, because we're coming to the white flag this time. If you want to go ahead and hop on board with that Ken Baum Jr. machine, as he's going to bring it around the racetrack. White flag is out. Last time around the track for Ken Baum Jr. here. We'll see if he can just keep it under control. And if I see that Nilges and Kevin Click machine pull up together, Chris, I will let you know. But Ken Baum Jr. looking like he is just going to be on a Sunday drive out here to take this race win.
Yeah, as I'm currently watching the battle between Kevin Click and Lucas Nilges, it looks like he's fallen back to about 7/10 now.
7/10. That's coming out of turn 4. Checkered flag is waving to the inside. He goes. And the number 2 of Ken Baum Jr. going to pick up another win. He is going to win here at Kansas, and then it's going to be Kevin Click in that P2 position, and then Lucas Nilge is going to come across the line in P3. We will get to your official finish order here in just a moment, but it looks like we still got a couple drivers out there racing still coming to this checkered.
Let's go on board here with Colin Forrester, see him do his best Tokyo Drift impersonation. We're going to ride back up here on board with Ken Baum Jr. and watch him burn it down.
A beautiful race there from Ken Baum Jr., Chris. Once he took control of the race, just really commanding. I mean, what you expect from the turn 2 terribles on that number 2 machine of Ken Baum Jr., just an excellent drive, excellent pace, excellent tire management, way to save his, keep his nose clean. I think he had a little bit of a, brush up with somebody, but nothing too major, nothing that was going to impede his run here tonight. And Ken Baum Jr., another race victory here in the Full Throttle Cup Performance Series. As, Kansas Speedway looked like it was his stomping grounds here tonight. We're going to get the flagman a show here. We got a nice little camera right there. As Chris, do you have our official standings ready to go? As you see on screen, your official race results. It will be that number 2 machine, Ken Baum Jr., taking the race win here tonight with Kevin Click in P2. Lucas Nilge's going to come home in that 3rd position with AJ Green in P4. Good return for AJ Green. P5 going to go to Kip Easley with David Smill in P6. Brett Strickler in P7 with Bill Hayes in P8. Colin Forrester after starting pole, or Bill Hells, excuse me. Colin Forrester after starting P1, he's going to fall all the way back to that P9 position. He is going to have to recuperate after that one. I mean, that one could have been a race where he could have had some success. Just seemed like got a little bit out of control there and at the start on those tires and just didn't really recover from there. But Dylan Hastings going to round out your top 10 in that 10th position with Matthew Fitz in 11th, Adam Taylor 12th with Andrew May in 13th, Jimmy Barr in 14th, Brody Green in 15th with Don DeGroot in 16th, Shane Weldon in 17th with Robbie Bice 18th, Kyle McCarthy 19th with Brian Presser in 20th, Steve Strittmatter going to finish 21st with Patrick Ginter finishing 22nd, Briggs Squip in 23rd with Nick Cannon finishing 24th, Jaden Bingham 25th, Jason Hand 26th, and Joshua Susi rounding out your field in that 27th position. Well, let's see. Do we have our drivers ready for their post-race interviews? Looks like we have Kinbaum and Lucas. Just waiting on that Kevin Click machine, but we will go ahead. And it looks like we do have all 3 of our drivers actually now. So yeah, we will go ahead and bring up Lucas Nilges, Chris, and have a word with our 3rd place finisher. Lucas Nilges, Chris, and Josh up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you, yes.
Man, oh man, what an excellent race here from you tonight, starting in that 11th position and coming all the way home, or 12th position, is coming all the way home in that 3rd spot. But man, right there at the end, it looked like you really, really had a chance there with Kevin Click. Maybe just used up that position or that passing opportunity a little bit too early. But take us through your race here tonight, Lucas, excuse me, and really put into perspective what was going through your mind there in that last little bit of a run. And do you think if you'd have just waited a little bit longer, you'd have had the opportunity to take that P2 position here tonight?
Honestly, for the race, it's just hotter track than what I was used to for practice. But overall, it was about similar about how I ran it the past week. Slight adjustment on that first pit stop got me like really settled in, and I knew I had the long run. I knew, thankfully, we didn't get a caution because I wouldn't be up here talking to you guys because I did not have short run. But for that final little bit, I think once I got like close to like 15 laps to go, I was like, I don't think I got the time to reel Ken in because P2 was not even on my radar. I could not care about P2 at that time. I thought I had it. I thought I was going to start pulling away, and then battle ensued. And guess with that battle, it just wore out the car to the point where I couldn't do anything more with it. But I think had the battle not happened, I mean, I was really just hoping for a mistake from Ken there, but he drove great. I just don't think I don't know what I could have done differently. I really don't, but hopefully springboards to Darlington next week, track I struggle at, so hopefully I can get a good run there as well. Just keep momentum going.
Well, Lucas, it's good to see the momentum flip around for you guys. We know, you've been one of those drivers throughout the season who's had a lot of good, pace, speed, just sometimes caught up in the unfortunate mess. So, like you were saying, good way to springboard some momentum going into next week at Darlington. But Lucas, you looked excellent out there tonight, man. Maybe one situation away from it being, you up there in that 1st or 2nd position. But hey, again, congratulations, buddy, on the podium. And do you got any final words, final shout outs, anything like that? You're more than welcome to throw them out there, and we'll let you get on your way and get this night over with and celebrate.
Shout out to the teammates with TSUR, Nick, Fitz, and bringing on a guy that's kind of been MIA for the past year, Colin, and also bringing in AJ with us. That is at least a 3 and 4. I'm not sure where Colin finished, but good to see both them in with us, and hopefully we can all get a good momentum run going now.
Well, heck yeah, Lucas. It was a solid night from you out there, man. Well, we're excited to see you guys going into next week. And again, congratulations, and enjoy the rest of your week.
Thanks.
Thank you. And that was Lucas Nilge's going to go ahead and bring up Kevin Click in that 2nd place finishing position. Kevin, Click, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, man, you started off here tonight in that 13th position, and then you really just kind of rolled your way through the field all night, kind of hung out in that 4th, 5th, 6th position, just in that area. And then once it really got to go time there at the end, put the gas pedal down, had that little bit of a battle there with Lucas Nilji, but, for the Turn 2 Terribles coming away with a 1st and 2nd position here tonight, tell us how it feels for you, not only coming through the field, but really able to keep the car consistent, clean, and to get a good finish here tonight.
Yeah, it feels really great. That was a fun race, man. Using all the track up, tire wear was a big issue for a lot of the field. You saw people that saved early on fell back later in the run, and then guys that were saving early moved up. That's kind of where I was at. I knew tire wear was going to be a thing here. Just wanted to save them at the beginning of the run for about the first 15 laps, and then start searching around for grip. And the high line there at the end came in for me really well, and then had a really good battle with Lucas there. I hate making contact there with him like I did, but getting down to it, and I felt like he threw a big block. I already had some momentum on the bottom right there, and got into him a little bit and pushed him up the track, and then got around him. But I think he would have done the same thing to me. So it was a good race. Had fun tonight. Congrats to Ken on the win, and look forward to the next one.
I mean, hey, y'all, you guys looked great there out tonight. Was just gonna say, something in the setup, maybe possibly, we could be talking, or not even necessarily setup, but something differently happening in the race scenario is what I meant to say. We could be talking to you up there in that first position. We did see a lot of fast drivers have some issues here tonight, but Kevin, I mean, it was one of those things. The Turn 2 Terrible cars just looked like they had the setups dialed in tonight. You guys had a pretty solid night there tonight. But man, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything before we let you get going here tonight, celebrate this 2nd position and get ready for Darlington, you're more than welcome to throw them out there, and then we'll let you get on the way, Kevin, and see you here rolling out soon for Darlington next week.
Yeah, I just got to say thank you to everybody at Turn 2 Terribles for making this work. Everybody at Brent Mark's sim racing team on the dirt side. And then really just thank you to you guys for putting on the broadcast as well, and Robbie for putting the league on. A fun league to be in, good drivers. And then we usually have some fun after the race in the Thunderdome as well. So.
Oh yeah, I always do. I love going in there as well. So hey, Kevin, thank you for the show you guys put on tonight, man, and we're excited to see you next week at Darlington. Enjoy the rest of your week, and again, congratulations.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and bring up Ken Baum Jr., our race winner. Ken Baum Jr., Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, we're gonna have to start getting ready to start putting some weekly reservations up here for the Turn 2 Terribles. You guys are starting to look really, really solid. Ken, take us through the night. Was it just one of those nights as soon as you got out there on the track, starting in 4th, really rolling early, and then you took the lead early there from Colin once he's really started to eat up those tires? Once you took that first initial lead, did you realize that, okay, this might be my night, the car is rolling good? Or was it just one of those nights you let it come to you because you had a lot of success, a little bit of adversity maybe early, but able to keep the nose relatively clean and bring home another race win for the Turn 2 Terribles?
At the beginning of the race, I felt very comfortable. I thought, could probably go my way, but after pit stops, I was tearing through tires. I was trying different things, and it still tearing up through the tires. So I'm just glad it worked out in the end for me.
I mean, hey, from up here, I could definitely not tell that you were ripping through the tires, man. You were definitely still running a very solid pace. I mean, for me, I'm sure ripping up the tires is a lot slower for me. But hey, Ken, you looked absolutely excellent out there, man, tonight. We know you guys are rolling into Darlington next week, but take us through just, maybe what you guys are looking forward to going into Darlington. Do you think it's going to be one of those races for you that you might struggle, or you looking forward to going in there and really running the wall at Darlington?
I'm looking forward to Darlington. I won one of the races last year. I was pretty solid at the first race last year. It's one of my favorite tracks, but I'm not always 100% fast there. That wall will sneak out and grab you.
Oh yeah, we know it can definitely reach out and grab you. I've met the outside wall at Darlington more than I would like to admit. More than I think we've met you, Ken, up here in the booth this season. So, but man, I got to say, an excellent job not only from you but your teammate there, Kevin Click. You guys look very excellent in the Turn 2 Terribles. So going into next week at Darlington, we're excited to see what you guys got working for us. But Ken, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything, man, before we let you get going out of here, celebrate that race win, more than welcome to get them out, and we'll let you get on your way.
Yeah, I just I'd like to thank the guys over at Turn Two Terribles. We bust our ass every week, and it pays off. And when we get wins like this, it feels really good, especially when we're 1-2. Jeremy Zarfis Photography, the Turn Two Terribles podcast, Robbie and the admins for putting this on, you guys for broadcasting, my baby girl, my girlfriend for supporting me week in, week out, and keeping this hunt alive for another championship.
Heck yeah, man. We're excited to see you guys roll off the field in Darlington, South Carolina next week. But Ken, again, congratulations, man, on an awesome race. Beautiful racecraft here tonight in that number 2 machine, and we're looking forward to hopefully talking to you again next week, buddy.
Thank you guys. See you next week.
Thank you, man. You as well. And that was Ken Baum Jr., our race winner. Chris, any final words here at Kansas before we get out of here tonight?
Yeah, this has been a very interesting race. Last couple of races we've done had a couple of cautions sneak up into it, but hey, this race was we only had, I want to say, 3 cautions. So this was a relatively clean race. Had a lot of green flag races. We even got to see that green flag pit stop. So me personally, at racing, I don't like green flag pit stops, but watching racing, love them. Absolutely love them. That's whenever you get to see your real strategy come out. You get to see the strategy of your team. You get to see the strategy of your setup. And that's where it really comes out and plays. So this was a good race to have a lot of fun and see these drivers stretch their legs. But hey, I'm ready to get out of Kansas and not be there no more. And I'm ready to move on to the Lady in Black.
Oh, yeah, we will be at the one that's too tough to tame next week, Chris. We'll be at Darlington. So, Full Throttle fans, it's been an pleasure to be up here in the booth in Kansas Speedway. It has been just an awesome race here. Beautiful driving from all our drivers tonight. Putting on an excellent show from you guys. Like you said, Chris, the green flag runs was absolutely excellent tonight. But just a big shout out to Robbie Bice, Matthew Fitz, all the guys over at Full Throttle to make this thing go round. We really appreciate you guys taking that, step out, bringing us back on board over here. Say it all the time, but we really don't, or you really don't understand how much we appreciate us coming out here, being able to call these races and sit down and enjoy an awesome Wednesday night with a bunch of great drivers, bunch of great fans. But again, fans, thank you for tuning in here tonight. We'll be live from the Lady in Black, the track that's too tough to tame, Darlington, South Carolina next week for some awesome racing. So make sure to join us at 8 p.m. on Wednesday next week, and we will be seeing you then. So good night. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll be seeing you Wednesday at Darlington.